Alrighty everybody, so we're back for another EZA video. There's gonna be a lot of EZA videos over the next couple of days, but this is probably the EZA that I'm excited to showcase off the most because I think he is the best out of the batch. We have Int Android 16. Now this has always been kind of a meme unit because he's just always been completely unusable, completely horrible. Like, you basically just use this guy in like some gimmick runs to get AGL Super Saiyan 2 Gohan out, and then other than that, he served no other purpose. But now with his EZA, he actually does become really, really good, and he doesn't really rely on Gohan anymore, so that's always good. Let's go ahead and give him a sticker, I guess. I'm just gonna start giving these units and showcases the sticker because I have so many and I never use them, so might as well. So we're gonna go ahead and build a team. Basically what I'm going to do for the showcase here in this video, we're gonna show him off on an artificial life forms team against Beast Gohan because I want to show off that this guy can help you for that horrible mission. And then after that, we're gonna do a run where because a part of his passive relies on obviously having Super Saiyan 1 Gohan or Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So we're gonna do a second run after the Beast Gohan run just to show off his like max defense, max attack as well, and that type of stuff. And then we'll wrap up the video from there. So we'll go ahead and cut, and then I'll come back when I have a team. Alright guys, so we're gonna be jumping in with this team right here. Kind of a weird build, but I think this could work. I am gonna bring a Senzu Bean as my item because I want to keep Android 16 and Android 8 together, but you know, obviously Gohan locks slot 1 majority of the time, and that means basically like he's gonna lock whoever unit is floating onto the rotation. But I want to show off Android 16 eating Gohan super attack, so I'll use the Senzu Bean to like remove the lock, and then that way we can move 16 to the rotation. So let's go ahead and jump in, and we'll start talking about this Android 16. So this Android 16, rotations are actually, I'll take that. Only problem is, I guess, Buhan. I'm gonna have to float him off, or not float him off on this turn, but I will have to float him off at some point. That's the one thing that sucks. But so 16 here. Let's go ahead and read his passive real quick. It's not really that long. So he now greatly raises defense for 1 turn on super, so 50% buff. He gets key 2 attack and defense 160. He guards all attacks, guaranteed. He gets 80% attack and defense when attacking. He has a high chance of performing a crit within the same turn after receiving an attack. So I feel like since he has that in his passive, just don't give him any crit in my opinion. And then he reduces damage by 16% whenever guard is activated up to 48%. So he has to get hit 16, 30. So he has to get hit 3 times to fully build that up. And again, he guaranteed guards now, so the part where it's like, so basically like, just think of it as like he builds up 16% damage reduction per hit, and he needs to get hit 3 times to fully build that up. And then the last part of his passive, this is only when a Super Saiyan Gohan Youth or Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Youth is on the same turn. He gets 80% attack, 160% defense, and then he gives all allies key 3 attack and defense 58%. So we're not going to be having that obviously on this run, but we will have everything else. Links is Android Assault, Mechanical Menaces, Gentleman, Tough as Nails, Infinite Energy, Solid Support, Fierce Battle. Just real quick, the reason why I decided to bring Android 8, and I'm going to link him with this Android 16, is because they share a lot. So the biggest thing that they share is this link, which I think it's this one right here. This link, it's called Tough as Nails. This link at link level 10 gives 20% defense and 5% damage reduction. And considering this guy builds up to 48% damage reduction, that's going to add up, I think. So in total, he's going to be reducing damage by 53%, if my math is correct. And then, you know, on top of him guarding as well. So, and then he'll, you know, he gets 20% defense from that link as well. And then he gets Android Assault, which is also 20% defense 2 key. Gentleman, which is key 2 10% defense. And then he gets Fierce Battle. So I think Android 8 is his best friend on this team. So let's go to enough yapping. Let's Just gotta hop in. So he's only getting hit twice here at the beginning, so he's not gonna get fully built up, but that's fine. Hachiak might be a little bit scary eating all of those hits. Okay, this is like basically the worst case scenario. Okay, we dodged it. I mean, I'll take that because so right there he did not have any damage reduction. I should have showed off his defense. Damn, that's my fault. Okay, that's one thing I need to get better at is I need to show defense and I need to show the character's build. So, in case you're wondering why he just dodged both his attacks, so I have him built full dodge. I had that before his EZA because obviously before his EZA he was basically worthless. So it's like I just gave him dodge because like that's basically what I do to any unit that's like worthless. I just give them dodge because like, oh hey, in case I for some reason decide to run you for a challenge run, you'll have dodge to maybe just like save us or not take a hit. So that's why I usually give units dodge. Would I change his build after his EZA? I want to say no. And the reason why I say that is because even though, yes, he does need to get hit. Well, actually, no. Scratch that, actually. I think... So the way this is worded, it says, build up 16% damage reduction when guard is activated. I think... Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think the way that is... Since the way that it's worded like that, it basically means that even when he does dodge an attack, he still builds up the damage reduction. So even though he dodged both those attacks at the beginning, he still build up the damage reduction, I think. Obviously, there's not really a way to tell per se because you don't really get an indicator when you're building up damage reduction. It's just kind of something that happens in the background. Hopefully in the future they add something like that because there's a lot of units now that build up like damage reduction by getting hit, like Gamma 1, Android 17, or not Android 17, Super 17, and then this guy. So them adding that will definitely help you out. I'm kind of scared for how much Android 8 is going to take here, because he gets a lot of stats on, yeah. So, okay, so he took a little bit of damage, but nothing too bad. Okay, so anyways, let me show off his defense. So, defense is 146k. Obviously, that is not great, but this is literally, like, not the greatest rotation for him. He has only Fierce Battle. He has a lot of his links here give defense. So that's first. And then second, here's the build that I have for him. So yeah, I have 31 dodge. So yeah, actually, now that I think about it, if it does work like that, where him dodging still builds up the damage reduction, then yeah, I would not change his build off of dodge. I'm gonna sack off the super to give Buhan a stack here. We are gonna move really slow with this team, but we honestly want it to be that way because we want to what's it called? We want to move really slow because just to pull up Android 8 so I can just explain what he does because I don't remember it off the top of my head. So Android 8 gets he has 20% damage reduction, 80% attack and defense, and then he gets basically the Goku part we can just ignore. He's not gonna get that. So he gets key 8 and then attack and defense 80% for 5 turns after receiving an attack. This is the part that's gonna suck, is because when that runs out against what's his name, Beast Gohan, he's going to be a liability, kind of. What do I want to do here? I kind of need to build up the gammas before we go into AGL Gohan, so we got to do this. Eventually, like once we get our rotations set up, because we honestly got like basically the worst possible rotations, but I want to have like the gammas floating and Hachiak floating, and then we have Android 8 and Android 16, and then the other rotation will have hopefully double Buhans, as long as nothing goes horribly wrong and we lose like a lot of our health, and then we end up with like what's his name, Boo Tanks, or I mean Boo Piccolo will be okay, but I just want Buhan because 6 out of 7 links. But anyways, us going slow is okay because once we hit turn 5, Android 8 gets an extra 30% damage reduction, so he'll have 50% and then with he also has toughest nails, so we'll be able to get the 5% from there. So I think like he'll be good against normals. He's definitely not like eating Beast Gohan Super, or I don't think he's even eating the AGL Gohan Super. I guess we'll see, but I don't think he'll be able to withstand that. So, and again, once we get our rotations set up with the boos and all that, we'll start outputting a lot more damage and stuff. So, okay, so yeah, so on this turn we're up to 219. Now that we have all these links up, I guess let's just put him in front of the attacks. And then we'll do this. Boo is... I mean, he'll probably get a chance to attack this turn, but I did not preserve the key for him, so I'm not able to get him off where he is. So obviously, attack stat is very abysmal. Like, there's no other way to put it. Like, 3 million attack stat is very, very abysmal, but I mean, his main job here is defending, and this is like kind of a build. This might hurt. Okay, alright, I was gonna say that might have hurt a little bit. I think we are on turn 5, so he did have his like passive part built up, but that still would have hurt a little bit. Oh hey, Moonlight Butterfly theme is playing. That's another thing. I don't know about you guys, but like I love Dokkan OSTs, but I also love I'm a big fan of like Dark Souls and stuff like that. So and I mean I guess we'll find out. I don't think they're copyrighted, but I'm gonna try to start just playing that in videos. Hopefully you guys are okay with it. You guys can let me know if you don't enjoy it, because then you know, obviously I won't do it. But I personally really enjoy like Dark Souls, like basically From Software OSTs, if you guys are familiar with them. So I basically I have this playlist playing right now of like the chill OSTs from the series, but it's kind of goes back like in and out, so that's why sometimes like it's gonna be very quiet, but then sometimes you'll just hear kind of loud. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this rotation, and then I might cut until we're about to go into Beast Gohan, because again, this team is moving very slow. One thing that is scary here though is I think Android 8's attack and defense ran out, so that very first hit on him is going to hurt. That's the one thing that's probably not going to be great about this turn, but okay, I'm getting super... Okay, he just dodges it. I guess that's the one thing that's going to be kind of interesting is, again, he has... I have so much dodge on him from his passive that there's a good chance that I put him in front of Beast Gohan Super, and then he just, dodges it. Okay, so how much do you eat a normal? 104. Okay, that's doable. Yeah, that's doable, because that's buffed up normals too. That's not like his like base normals, because he already supered. And like I understand like 140k might seem like a lot, but we have the boos on this team, and like yeah, just like that, as you can see, we just basically full healed. So not really anything to worry about here. Do I agree to another stack, or do we just go into Buhan? I think I'm just gonna go into Buhan, just so we can try to go a little faster here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. I think that's the best way to do it. That way this guy can also get links and be better off as well, even though sadly he's not gonna be able to really do any damage on this turn, because he has a key base super, and this Gohan lovingly just deflects those, so but that's alright. We'll just have to rely on Buhan basically to carry the damage. Yeah, he's not gonna do damage on his 18 key, but his 12 keys are gonna do damage. So yeah, I think we're just gonna get this next turn, and then I'm going to pause the recording, and then I'll come back when hopefully we're about to go into Beast Gohan. On the off chance that I die, I guess I'll just I'll still just like I'll just jump in again, and then I'll come back when we're about to be on Beast Gohan. I mean, we could die right here technically. I think if Buhan right here is not guarding. Yeah, if he's not guarding right here, we're dead to the super, which would be very unfortunate, but nothing I can do. Yeah, well, of course. Yep, that's my luck for you guys. What can I do to make this team go faster? I guess I could put on, yeah, let me put on the LR Gammas. Like, that team can work 100%. I mean, honestly, the only reason I made that team is because I was also trying to greed out, like, oh, hey, look, we beat it without the LR Gammas, so you don't need the LR Gammas anymore to beat this mission. But I think I'm just going to put them on, so that way we can go through this a little faster. So I'll be right back when we are on Beast Gohan and showing off Android 16. Alright guys, so this took considerably longer than I thought it would, but we are here against Beast Gohan, and so let's see, let me see, yeah, he's gonna lock him in slot 1, but this is why I brought the Senzu Bean, so that way we can actually show off the showcase unit and put him in slot 1. So keep in mind, on this turn, we do have LR Gamma 1 that, with his 18 key, he buffs defense for 2 turns. So that's why his defense is a little bit higher this turn, up to 328, that says. So, 328 defense, he has guard, he has 48% damage reduction built up, and then he has, what's this called, tough as nails, which is 5% damage reduction, plus a bunch of defense. He gets also, technically this is also worst, like not worst case scenario, but he gets 80% defense from his passive, and he also gets, let me transform Buhan, why not? He also does get, what's it called? Defense from his super attack effect, which we're not going to get either of those, because, as we all know, Beast Gohan loves to super basically right away, so, this is not even, like, 16's best scenario, him eating the super right here, so let's see how much he eats this for. And he eats it for 347. And he takes a little bit of damage from normals afterwards, but again, that is really good. How much do you take from normals? Double digits. He does have his attack and defense for the 5 turns, so I mean, there you go, guys. Like, I mean, obviously, this is we didn't do any damage to this. Like, I guess that's the one downside to running this rotation is you're not doing damage to Beast Gohan with this rotation, but you know, as we saw, 16 can eat those supers, and you know, since basically like the only way to really build 16 is full dodge, I feel like what's it called? I'll just go ahead and do this. I feel like since the only way to build him is full dodge, you'll basically be able to maybe even dodge the super attacks a lot of times as well. So, but you know, even if he doesn't dodge, as we saw right there, he is more than capable of just straight up eating that, right? Like just would I consider 347 a lot? I mean, like, I guess on this team that is like half of our health, but you gotta keep in mind is like this Gohan is not fair. Like, what is this super attack hitting for? Let me just take a quick look. I had it pulled up earlier. There you go. So this super attack is hitting for 2.45, but he greatly raises attack. So technically, I think this is hitting for around like 2.6, 2.7 million. So like a 2.7 million super, eating it for 300, a little over 300k. Like, I will take that. Again, this is just a banner unit that has been out for, I don't know, like 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. He came out in 2019, August. Yeah, so he's coming up on 5 years this year. And again, this is a unit that probably everyone has in their box, rainbowed, ready to go, all that stuff. So again, like, you can just kind of, like, you don't have to run this rotation, I don't think. You can just throw him on the team, and he's one of these units that you can comfortably float because even if you float him and he gets locked in slot 1, as we can see right here, you know, he can dodge, or even if he eats the super, it's not a big deal because he's gonna live. He's not gonna get you killed. Like, granted, he will probably take a little bit more damage than you're seeing in this video because you know, he probably won't have like tough as nails up, or but he will have some of the android links up with, if you have them linked with Gamma 1 or Gamma 2 or the LR Gamma, something like that. And even in the worst case scenario that he's linked up with like Buhan, which he's only going to share fierce battle with, I think he'll still eat it for like but it'll probably be like 400, maybe 500k. But I mean, again, he's an option. He is definitely an option, and I like just him being able to eat that super makes this EZA like incredible. So before we wrap up, I'm gonna go ahead and cut again, and we're just gonna show off a turn, like basically his best turn. We're gonna have him like linked up with his best partner. We're gonna have him. We're gonna have a Gohan on the rotation to get that extra part of his passive, all that good stuff. So let me go ahead and cut real quick, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. So there's basically 2 turns I want to get here. One turn where we're gonna have him with these guys untransformed, because they link up 4 out of 5 with him, and they also give support. And then I want to get another turn where he's linked up with the transformed LR16, because basically with transformed LR16 he'll get tough as nails on top of the 4 links he already has. But I think he's gonna look better on this turn because you know, tough as nails is only 20% defense, but these guys are also like yeah, we are missing out on that, but on this turn we're getting 50% attack and defense support from the LR androids. So as we can see here, defense is up to 421. Keep in mind he is also supporting as well, like he's supporting everybody here for key 3 attack and defense 58% because Gohan's on the rotation. And yeah, 421k defense, which I mean, like, he gets 50% on super attack effect, and then he gets another 50% on super attack effect, and then he gets 80% from his passive. So his defense here is approaching 1,000,000. Attack stat is a little bit better, you know, like, yeah, 6.7 is still not really much, but again, this guy's job is not really oh my god, these guys are up to 15. Man, I guess that's like, you know, you can definitely tell that that's the 16 support kicking in right there. What was I saying? So yeah, he's getting close to like 1,000,000 defense post him attacking with guard, with 48% damage reduction, and then obviously if we have what's his face, and like the transformed LR16, then we can have basically 53% damage reduction. So just because I don't want to even deal with the possibility of dying, we're just going to use a Ghost Usher this turn. So yeah, we'll just get this next turn and then we'll wrap it up. But yeah, man, this 16 is quite a good option in my opinion. The next video I want to do is probably the Cell Juniors, and they're also going to be a really good option for the for the Artificial Life Forms mission. However, the one thing I maybe might not like about them is a part of their passive requires like a perfect form cell or perfect cell. So there's not really like Int cell is great when he get him transformed, but it's just like getting him transformed is the hard part. So let's just go ahead and go into LR16 here. So let's see what the defense is at now. So defense is actually higher now, 442. Keep in mind, this Gohan is not supporting. He's not supporting this 16. He is supporting this 16 though. So this 16 on this turn is probably gonna put out a massive attack stat because he's getting double support. Voice crack. He's getting double support, and he has 6 out of 7 links active here. Like, this 16 is actually like best turn, funny enough. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this last turn, and we'll wrap up the video. So yeah, they did a phenomenal job with this EZA, in my opinion. I guess actually one thing that I just remembered on that last turn, 16's attack was lowered from the previous turn, so his attack set was probably like 7 point something million, maybe close to 8 technically. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, they did an absolute phenomenal job. 24 mil for the 16. Oh my god. I mean, like, this is a rotation that you can run because, like, again, that 16 is not a joke anymore. The Int 16. So, like, these two being rated, like, again, I get obviously the reason why his attacks was so high there is because that tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan was supporting, I think, for. Let me just look it up real quick just so I don't hate myself later for saying the wrong thing, but I think that Gohan supports for basically 50% as well. So he gives Key 2 attack and defense 30% to AGL tech and physical characters. And then yeah, he gives an additional 20% if he's in the third slot. So yeah. So physical 16 there was getting 50% from this Gohan. And then he was getting 58% from the Int 16. And on top of having 6 out of 7 links active for him, and we are also against a Cell, which I think against the Cell he gets. Does he get extra attack against the Cell? No, he just gets a guaranteed crit against Cell. That's what he gets. Okay, yeah. So, but it's just the fact that we had 6 out of 7 links up, which is so much attack and so much defense for that LR16. So yeah, man, like that's a rotation you can run. One last thing I forgot to mention as well while we were going through the Beast Gohan showcase. Some of you guys might already know this, but on the Gamma 1 team, 16 is only on a 170%. So that wasn't even him under a 200%, and he ate that super for 329. So technically on a 200% led team, like, let's just say if hypothetically I could make it to Beast Gohan with this team, in his best situation, I think 16 can eat that super for double digits. Like, I think if we basically, like, give me the turn that we just had against Beast Gohan, I think 16 eats it for double digits or like 100k at most. I think it would be double digits if he was able to attack first, but again, that Gohan basically supers immediately every time, so you'll never get that, never. So I think he'll eat it for like 100k. But anyways, enough ranting. Let me know what you guys think of this guy. I absolutely adore whoever designed this guy and how like they made him the way that he did. Only wish if Super Vegeta got that type of treatment, but oh well, you know, can't win with all of them. At least for once, like, this kind of random niche unit got like a really good treatment, because, like, again, this is a unit that nearly everybody probably has, and has him rainbowed as well. I will say definitely link level him, because his links provide a lot. So you definitely do want to link level him to get that get those defense and damage reduction from his links. But that's it for me, guys. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.